as not looking so hot. But yeah, you want to jump into the match?
Yes. So she slings Bailey to the outside. Bailey goes to pull Bianca's braid, and Bianca basically tells her to fuck the absolute fuck off. You get a lot of roll-ups, and there's a drop kick to Bailey, and Bianca just fucking flings her. Bailey then gets tossed to the apron. She tries to attack Bianca from there, but she gets launched over the ropes. We get a moonsault onto Bailey, and then grabs the earring of Bianca. Kind of gets control of the match that way. She whips Belair into the corner, and then she sends some knees to the spine of Belair. We get a belly to back suplex to Bianca, and then Bailey goes up top, but Bianca slugs her to stop her. Bailey then hangs Bianca up on the top rope, starts working from the apron to suplex Bianca to the ringside, but Bianca gets the better of it, vertical suplexes Bailey into the ring. Roll to ringside, and Bailey pancakes Bianca onto the steel steps before collecting her and then suplexing her ringside. We get a shoulder tackle that gets Bailey down to the canvas. Bailey goes for the crossbody, but Belair catches her. Bailey gets free, and Bianca is sent into a tilt-a-whirl slam to the canvas. Goes for the cover, and Bianca powers out, sending Bailey almost into a fucking camera. You get a backhand that drops Bailey and stops her from cackling her little head off. Then Bianca just goes off, kicking and striking Bailey. Slams the shit out of her, drop kicks her. Belair is then dodged and sent into the corner before being chop blocked in the corner. Bailey wants the rose plant, but Belair counters and hits her with the spine buster. A clothesline to Belair, and then a flying elbow off the top onto Bianca. Bailey then bounces Belair face first off the post. Belair sidesteps a suicide dive from Bailey, picks her up, drops her into the apron. We get a dirty pin attempt on Bianca. Bianca saves herself. The second time it happens, Donalo sees it. He then holds onto Belair's braid for a Bailey to belly to nearly win. Instead, she goes for the rose plant again, but Belair uses her braid to hold Bailey down and win, causing Bailey to lose her shit and say that Bianca cheated.
Yeah, so we're definitely getting a rematch sometime soon. I don't know when it's going to be, but I mean, knowing Bailey, we're definitely going to see some evolution in character. She's definitely going to take that hysterical laughing to a whole nother level, and I can't wait to see it. I wonder if she's going to go full Joker or Harley Quinn or something. I don't know. I'm excited.
I'm excited to see more of Bailey in the ring because I've really been missing that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize how much I was missing it until all of a sudden I was like, oh shit. I think Sasha's gonna come back soon. I don't know if
I would hate to see Sasha and Bianca as a feud again, because that would just really invalidate Bianca's win at WrestleMania.
it would, but I'm just wondering how or when she's coming back.
She might come back soon. I wonder if, I mean, maybe she starts a feud with someone else. I don't know what other singles women there are on SmackDown, which is why I really want Becky Lynch back so we can just add to that roster, because it doesn't seem like there's any right now. It seems like it's Sasha, Bailey, Bianca. Unless I'm forgetting some.
Carmella.
Oh, Carmella. Carmella's an option. Definitely. We already had Carmella and Sasha before, but oh, you know what? Maybe Bianca's gonna feud with Carmella next. We get Sasha and Bailey feuding once Bailey goes full over the line crazy. That might be something. Oh, Miriam said Mia Yim has still yet to debut, so.
True. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So that's definitely someone new. And considering that she is going to be a singles wrestler on SmackDown, she is going to be in a spotlight, which is fantastic. All right. So after that match, we had an interview with. Also, we are past the midpoint, and you haven't given your punishment yet.
Yes, that's because I figured it out.
Oh, okay.
It's a two-parter.
Okay.
Marcus.
Oh no. What is this?
It's not actually that bad.
Okay.
It's just I need you to prove how well you know me as my birthday approaches.
Okay.
You know I'm very into the Zodiac.
Okay.
I want you, and you can think about it. I don't shut up about my fucking birth chart.
I know you don't.
So I want you to tell me what my top signs are. So that would mean what my sun sign is, what my moon sign is, what my rising sign is. And then Mercury, Mars, and Venus. I need you to tell me that. And then if you get one wrong, you have to give me 3 honest, well thought out, and genuine compliments.
Oh my god. Okay.
I want to be praised today.
Fuck. All right. So wait.
You have time to think about this if you want.
I need you to list all of them out to me because that is a lot.
Okay. Do you want me to list them out for you now?
Yeah.
Okay. I need to know if you know what my sun sign is, what my moon sign is, what my rising sign is, then my Mars, Mercury, and Venus signs are.
Oh my god. There's no way I'm gonna be able to recite all of this. I'm gonna get every single one wrong. It's just gonna be guesses.
You
in the
get
dark.
every single one wrong, we've got bigger issues.
Liz, I don't know star signs. I don't. You just listed off like 10 different signs you could have, and you're not even talking about like the main one.
I am talking about the main one.
Which one's the main?
It's my sun
one?
sign.
The
My sun sign.
Since when is it the sun's? Oh my god. Okay, I almost just poked
Like
my
me?
eye out.
Don't like me. Don't like me.
Can this be like? Can this be like Wheel of Fortune, where I say a zodiac sign and you like fill in whether it's like your rising or whatever?
For Mercury, Mars, and Venus, I will give you 2 guesses.
So we're not doing Wheel of Fortune rules.
Unfortunately, no.
So I am gonna get everyone wrong. I hope you know that.
If you get every single one wrong, Mark, I'm gonna have to reevaluate us.
Liz, you told me all this stuff like when we started dating, which was like 4.5 years ago.
I don't shut up about it, and you know that.
Okay.
It's like on 3 of them are on almost every single social media profile I have. Do not look it up.
I already looked at your Tumblr and it's not there. It's not. I checked.
That's embarrassing for Elizabeth.
I searched Zodiac tag too and it wasn't there.
Well, I talk about it a lot, so.
Well, I know your sun sign's Gemini, obviously, because you don't shut up about that. Everything else I don't know at all.
You should know 2 more of them. You really should.
Your Capricorn rising.
My.
No.
I just said I hate Capricorns last night. No offense to Capricorns.
There's like 12 signs. Are there? I don't know how many signs there are. There like 12?
You know what's funny?
What?
2 of my signs. Okay, so there's 2 signs that are the same zodiac, and or 2 planets that are the same zodiac, and then 2 other planets that are the same zodiac, but they're different zodiacs.
So you were Virgo rising.
No.
Uh, God, what are the I don't know. I don't know this stuff. Can we please do Wheel of Fortune rules?
What are Wheel of Fortune rules?
It's like, you got the blanks. I throw out a letter. If it's in any of those blanks, you fill it in.
Then how am I going to get my 3 compliments?
I mean, you gave 10 blanks. You said some are repeats. So there's some I could throw out that won't fill any blanks. So is that a no?
I don't have any paper to do your blanks. I mean, if you want to guess some letters, I'll tell you if they're in there or not.
Even Miriam said Zodiac isn't the easiest thing to remember, and I should get multiple choice.
You guys are no fun.
You're the one trying to give me an impossible question. I mean, I don't mind complimenting you. If I could just throw out compliments, I don't care.
Okay. Do you want me to do some like hangman style shit then? That make you happier?
Not with letters, but like, I don't know. Just multiple choice. Just give me multiple choice.
Okay. All right. Well, you already guessed my sun sign correctly.
Yes.
So my moon sign is either A, Capricorn, B, Cancer, or C, Scorpio.
Cancer.
There you go, buddy. Got it.
I'm trying to like remember in your voice, like blank moon. Like, what have you said? And what makes sense coming out of your voice? Because you've never said. What was the first one you said?
Capricorn.
I know for a fact you've never said Capricorn moon before.
Okay. So my rising is either A, Aquarius, B, I'm forgetting all the signs. B, Sagittarius, or C, Leo.
Leo.
Correct.
Because we did our photo shoot.
That's why I told you should know the first 3.
All right. You gave me 10 blanks to fill. That could have filled any one of the blanks. Okay, I don't know the difference between any of those.
Okay. So my Mercury sign is A, Gemini, B, Taurus, or as the Impact people would say, Taurus, or C, Virgo.
Alex, what is Virgo?
Oh, my Mercury sign is Taurus.
Taurus, you mean?
Bruce. Okay, so my Mars sign is A, Taurus, B, I'm trying to think of other fucking star signs. Cancer, or C, Libra.
Libra.
No, it's Taurus. I want to say Taurus, and I keep saying it wrong, so it's Taurus.
I knew it wasn't the second one because you had to think about another one.
No. It's the embarrassing part. All right, so finally, a Venus sign is A, Gemini, B, Cancer, or C, Leo.
Gemini.
Yes, there we go. You owe me some compliments, though.
How many?
You don't have to do them all right now. You can wait till the end.
How many?
You got 2 wrong.
So how many is that?
That'd be 3 each.
So 6 compliments.
Yes, please.
All right. You have a very cute face.
Oh my god.
You have beautiful hair. You are incredibly intelligent. especially when it comes to stuff you're passionate about, like wrestling.
You get 1910 on my SATs.
You are very funny, even though I try and ruin all of your jokes. You retain, I mean, this probably goes with intelligence, but you retain information like nobody's business. Especially when it comes to shit like wrestling and star signs. Does that count as a separate one? Or is that thrown into...
I'll take it.
Okay. So that's what? 4, 5? 5? Okay, so one more. Trying to think of another one to give you.
Wow. You gotta really work for the 6th one.
Well, I've pretty much stayed like physical for the most part. I wanna venture out of that. You are incredibly loving and caring, especially to our cat, who is probably sprawled out next to you. I don't know where she is.
Actually, I think she just... Oh, yep. She's very much sprawled out right behind me.
Figured. Alright, that's all the compliments I owe you.
Thank you. Wait another year.
Okay.
Till next birthday podcast.
If you win.
To be fair, the real birthday podcast is going to be NXT for me, which is really exciting. I'm not going to be around for Friday, so the one right before my birthday is going to be...
God, the SmackDown podcast this week is going to be so fun. I'm going to fuck everything up.
I really, really, really hope that I get to watch it.
I am going to cause chaos on this show. I hope you know that. I'm going to get wasted and just completely demolish this show.
Stop. Maybe I won't watch it then.
We will be canceled after Friday. I hope you know that.
Oh, happy birthday to me.
Whoa. All right, so where were we? Oh, we had an interview with MVP. He said Braun's display last week shows he lacks intellectual capacity to hold the WWE Championship. But he said Drew is savvy enough to see the big picture. I love this whole thing. I love that MVP and Bobby both compliment Drew because they're not caricatures of heels. They're not cartoons that for some reason hate their opponents no matter what. No, they respect Drew. They respect what he's done. They know how great of a competitor he is. It's the same thing with Roman. He respects how great of an opponent Cesaro is. But MVP then goes on to say, everyone knows Bobby is at an inherent disadvantage in a triple threat match, going back to his loss, losing the United States Championship to Riddle. But he said Bobby will overcome every obstacle. And then we get Drew McIntyre backstage, who is just staring at nothing. We get that for like a few seconds. And then lastly, we have Drew McIntyre. I don't know why I said lastly, but next we have Drew McIntyre versus Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship. And we both picked Bobby Lashley to retain this. I picked Braun Strowman will be pinned. You picked Drew McIntyre will be pinned. So that is one correct, or two correct for me, one correct for you, and one incorrect for you. But I just want to say, this match is this is a great triple threat for the exact opposite reason the women's triple threat was great.
This was great because there was a lot of stuff that we haven't seen before.
Yes, there was the ode to I forget which pay-per-view it was. I think it was from 2019. But Braun versus Bobby, there was a really nice ode to that. You caught it, right? When Bobby was sent through the LED panels.
Yes.
That was so good. Really, this was fantastic. This was that moment actually was not. I don't think it was from that pay-per-view, but it was shown during a pay-per-view from the Go Home episode prior. But yeah, this match was great. Morgan Smith said this match should be this good for me. Yeah. This match met all the expectations.
Yeah, I was shocked by how much I enjoyed this.
Mm-hmm. And Drew debuted another move that he stole from another wrestler. Fucking zigzag he stole. Holy shit. But he did do a Michinoku driver, which was awesome.
Drew McIntyre came out here with like the new content. I said, "Oh, he's hot and can do shit. Incredible."
Him and Corbin both debuted new stuff in like the past couple days.
Dude, I love when Drew McIntyre gives me a reason to like applaud him because I'm like, I think he's so attractive and it pains me every time. I'm like, I'm so bored of him. And then today he said, "Here's something for Liz," and I said,
he's an amazing worker who, like Morgan Smith said, works his ass off. But
that is one thing that nobody could ever take away from him. Drew McIntyre, to a fault, is incredibly hardworking, incredibly dedicated, and that's why I think it's so hard for me when I'm like, I'm bored of you. Like, I know he's doing the most.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Unfortunately, because he's such a plain ass babyface, it's.
But it's also he's not Hulk Hoganing himself to where he works hard for himself. He also puts a ton of wrestlers over and really likes to let smaller stars shine.
And remember when he let R-Truth get the pin during that match?
Oh yeah, he let R-Truth get the pin. He was fighting Andrade once and wanted that match to not be a squash so that Andrade can show off himself. And I think there was someone else who he did that with more recently.
Was it Mustafa?
Mustafa, yes.
Yeah.
Because
that was, I think, was supposed to be a squash too, and he was just like, eh.
Yeah, he's like, show the world what you can do.
I think that's a product of the fact that he was let go.
Mm-hmm.
I think now he's kind of like, okay, well, I'm going to use that and kind of help others. And I respect the hell out of Drew. He seems like a good person.
Yeah,
it's just a shame that he's such a bland ass babyface.
I love Drew because he seems to be. This might come off the wrong way, but he's going down the path that Hulk Hogan went down. But Drew has had the obstacles in life to make sure he doesn't go down the wrong side of that path. Like he's very much in that superstar spotlight. And our friend Andy and I were talking about this yesterday. I forget who it was. He said somebody's like the new Vince McMahon. The Miz. He said the Miz is like the new Vince McMahon. I said no, he's probably more like Triple H. I would say that Drew McIntyre will probably be the next Vince McMahon. That's probably a safe bet, considering that Vince has been super careful with Drew and like has been giving him so much love and care to basically raise him like his own son. And I could see Drew working his way decades down the road to where he's in the position of Vince right now.
I wouldn't say that so much. I would say that I think if anyone's gonna be the next Vince, it's gonna be Stephanie.
I mean, yeah. I don't.
Stephanie's actively been getting closer and closer to that as Vince has gotten older and older.
Mm-hmm. Shane looks like he just wants to dive off shit.
Would not be shocked if Drew does end up playing a role in WWE for a very long time.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, Drew will probably be the next Triple H.
I'm just hoping that he isn't Roman for the rest of his career.
What do you mean Roman?
Shield Roman.
Oh.
Babyface to exhaustion, basically.
I don't see that because he is showing signs. He's already shown he's a capable heel. And now he's showing signs of potentially becoming heel in the future.
Then more ambiguous.
Yeah, and he's very much Charlotte Flairing himself. But Morgan Smith said Drew could be a producer. He has the mind for it. Absolutely. He could be the next Tyson Kidd.
What I was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
Miriam.
You know, a lot of people. Oh, go on.
Miriam said basically. Sasha Banks said that she wants Vince's job and has the bond and relationship with Vince to get there.
That's also true. I think that I wouldn't be shocked also if Sasha ends up. Again, I really think that Stephanie's probably the closest to that, just based on the fact that she's been getting more responsibilities. I wouldn't be shocked if Sasha ends up being the next Stephanie, and then next.
The thing with Sasha that worries me, though, is because she's going down this acting road. I don't want her to go down like the John Cena, The Rock, Batista road where she just focuses so much on acting that she forgets what she really wants to do, which is take over Vince's spot.
I mean, that's implying that we know that that's exactly what she wants to do.
True. It does.
I think.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but it does help that she's the biggest role that she's had in The Mandalorian has been like a very action-focused role where she's basically just fighting like she would in a wrestling ring.
Also, I want to be careful that she doesn't end up like John Morrison, where he spent so much time doing all like these like D-list movies. It's like he would. I don't think John will ever quite be a credible like actor. I know he was in Birds of Prey, but like
no, well, he wasn't in Birds of Prey. He's gonna be in Suicide Squad, and he's having his. What did you say?
Was in Birds of Prey. It was literally just on his IMDb.
Really? Because I saw Birds of Prey, and I don't remember seeing him. But he's also gonna be in Suicide Squad, and he's gonna have his own TV show where he is the central star. And that's why he hasn't been able to return to WWE.
He is in WWE.
John Cena?
Morrison.
Oh, I don't know why I thought you said John Cena. Never mind.
John Morrison was in Birds of Prey. John Cena is in Suicide Squad.
Yeah. You said John Morrison was in Glow.
It was in the pilot episode of Glow.
And?
As a very small side role.
And in Birds of Prey?
As a very small side role, yes.
Oh, wow.
Some like gangster or something.
Or,
like boss gang?
Yeah, John Morrison very much seems like he wants to be in movies. But like how he, like you said, he refinanced his house to make a movie.
Sold. Refinanced, no. Sold.
Oh, wow.
Sold. Got rid of sold.
He sold his house to make a movie, which I don't know if he directed, but he was definitely the starring role and was definitely a producer of that. So, yeah, it seems like movies is where he wants to be. I don't know about The Miz, but yeah, I mean, I hope Sasha stays in the WWE, of course, as a WWE fan, but you know what, whatever she wants to do, she could nail it. Acting, wrestling, whatever, producing. She is incredibly talented.
Yeah, and she's also incredibly motivated as like a person. I mean, there's that story about how she was like, she went to Vince one day, like because she was off TV for a little while. She went to Vince one day and she was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I want to leave. And he was like, he said, no, you can't. I'm sorry. And I am sure in like a much more caring way than that. But he said, no, you're not going to do that. And then she kind of like got her head in the right place and she was like, oh, okay. And now she's Sasha fucking Banks.
Yeah. It's turning to Vince for a second. It's hard to think of him in such a horrible light. When you have people like Sasha Banks who have such a close and nice relationship with him. But yeah, of course there is like his core beliefs and all that, but I mean the way he treats people is still great.
It's really hard because it's like it is one of those things where like you believe that there's got to be some shit in there that's bad because of everything that we know about him. Then you get people like Bailey and Sasha saying like, oh, like he's been nothing but like kind to me. And I'm like, ruining the image that I was trying to create.
Yeah. From what I've seen, I think it was CM Punk who basically said like, out of everyone in that company, it's like Triple H who's the deceptive evildoer in terms of personal relationships.
Well, fuck CM. But I think let's start there. What's interesting to me is like the overwhelming narrative is that both Triple H and Vince, people that say they're the most like caring, supportive human beings, all women. All women.
Yeah.
I'm like, at the end of the day, that matters more to me.
Yeah.
than what CM Punk has to say.
I mean, that's probably just one of his like core beliefs, just be caring to women because the men can take care of themselves, They don't.
I mean, when it comes to wrestling, what needs the most support is women's wrestling. And I like that it's rare that I hear a guy saying, oh, well, Triple H did so much for me, or, oh, Vince did so much for me. It's always like, again, like Sasha and Bailey. And like when it comes to Triple H, literally any woman that's worked with Triple H.
Morgan's Miss also said young women specifically.
Yeah. They do such a good job to build these women up, especially now.
Becky
which says even more for Vince.
Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair
too.
But yeah, I think it was definitely like Stephanie McMahon who opened Vince up to that, because as we've seen from the fact that there wasn't a Women's Royal Rumble till 2018, there clearly was not that care given prior to that. But anyway, we're going way too far away from Backlash. We should refocus.
I just want to talk about feminism and wrestling, Mark.
Did we even start talking about the match yet?
No.
Okay, then let's Braun, Drew, and Bobby.
This is your fault. You started talking about Drew being the next Vince.
Yes, this is my fault. I will take responsibility for that.
Okay, so Bobby starts the match by trying to align with Drew. Drew kind of is like, yeah, okay, I'll go with you. And I said, McIntyre ambiguous face, I love it.
This is the kind of characters we need on the main roster. The NXT type characters that are more ambiguous than just straight up face or heel. It's what we need. Characters that have good motivations. Drew wants to take out the biggest man, which is Braun. This was great. So good.
When we started on this note, I was like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I know that like we had a night last night of some fun drinking and friends.
Mm-hmm.
These two hard seltzers are smacking me in the face.
I'm on my third, and yeah, I'm smacked.
Down?
Huh?
You said you were smacked, and I said down.
Yeah, I'm smacked down. That's what we call buzz now, smackdown.
It's so funny because it's like, I don't know, I don't drink as much as I used to, but like, I'll get 2 White Claws me, and suddenly I'm a fun, flirty little man.
Also, I didn't mention this in the start of the show, but after our best of the night, during the best of the night, leave a question in the chat. Or leave it now. For our Q&A portion after the best of the night.
There.
Yeah, I'm good.
So Braun sends a big boot to the face of Drew, and then Bobby starts splashing Bobby and Drew in opposite corners. Drew then starts stomping on Braun at the behest of Bobby, and Bobby starts attacking Braun. Drew and Bobby team up to suplex Braun, and then once that's said and done, they start exchanging blows, and I was like, shit. We get an overhead belly to belly to Bobby, and then a Glasgow kiss to Strowman. Bobby pulls Drew from the ring, slams him into the apron, and then the barricade. He lifts Drew to send him into the post. Drew wiggles free and sends Bobby into it instead. Braun hits. Everyone was amazed because Braun took to the sky basically. Braun Strowman almost killed himself.
Oh yeah.
Let's rephrase it. Braun kind of hit like a double blockbuster almost. By somersaulting off the apron and just nearly fucking tucked his head in time.
Yeah, this is also on Drew. Drew really helped out Braun here. This was great stuff from Drew.
God for that, because Strowman got, if this was the floor, Strowman was about here before finally getting under.
Mm-hmm.
And it was because Drew kind of cradled him in there.
Yeah.
And you could tell because the actual falling was quite slow. And thank God, because if he had hit his head, it probably wouldn't have been rear ending, but still great. So Strowman then gets a choke slam on Lashley once we're back in the ring. Bobby and Braun start exchanging blows, and Drew comes in, takes out both of them. Braun gets sent into the corner. Drew hits a flying clothesline to Braun, and then basically a flying clothesline onto Bobby, and then basically a zigzag onto Braun.
No, they called it a zigzag. They called it that.
They said something along the lines of that was almost a zigzag.
I feel like it was also Drew compensating for the fact that one time he tried to RKO Braun and just grabbed his beard. Oh, that was so bad.
But Drew looked really good tonight.
He did. He really did.
I sat on my anti-Drew train for a really long time. I'm gonna step off the train for a minute here. I'm gonna say I would wear my Claymore Country shirt maybe again.
And also, talking about this match in general, as Biggie would say, this was big meaty men slapping each other, and it was great.
Yes, it was. Bobby hit overhead belly to belly, sending Drew ringside. We get a spinebuster Strowman, and then Bobby starts slamming Drew into the barricade, runs him in the torture rack position into the post. I was glad to see that was successful after it failing the first time, because recently it's been one of those things where Bobby gets the person up on his shoulders, runs at the post, the person gets down and shoves Bobby into it instead. I hate repeat failed spots.
Mm-hmm.
Braun after that comes out of absolutely nowhere with some steel steps to Bobby. And then Drew gets back to his feet, goes to Bobby, slams him into the apron, slams Bobby head first into the hollow corner of the steps, which was fucking vile, and he didn't care for that. Bobby kind of no sells and basically says that does not matter. Suplexes Drew on the ramp. He slams McIntyre into the LCD screens, and then we get a Glasgow kiss. Drew starts bouncing Bobby's head off the screens like that fucking Sidney Crosby. Kind of as they put it, dribbling his head.
This whole moment on the top of the ramp with the LED screens was so well done. It was great.
Isn't it LCD?
Well, it depends. I don't know. I don't know what the jumbo and stuff. I don't know what that stuff is. I know
sure.
the Thunderdome screens, those are LEDs. I don't know about like the main graphics. I don't know what that is.
I mean, I just wrote down LCD, so I kind of thought I was right. But
And, at the end of the day, Morgan's said LSD.
there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So he finally sends Bobby through those screens, prompting a bunch of sparks. And then he like spends some time looking for Lashley, which we can't see because Lashley's setting up for the next spot probably. And the cameraman was like trying to catch around the corner. So then like Corey had to compensate and he was like, yeah, where is Bobby?
This was okay. I want to mention a couple points here. This was really good because Bobby just fucking disappeared. That was amazing. Second, Adnan was gonna say something. Like he was just gonna talk about something else. I think about Drew. And then Corey was like, no, hold on one second. Bobby's missing. Okay, can we point that out for a second?
Yeah.
This whole moment was just so good. And then like him taking so long to get to the ring really works because it's like, okay, you want to make a surprise attack, so it makes sense why you would wait so long, you know?
Yeah. I get it. But I think it kind of added to the moment where, like, in spite of Bobby not being around, because we were talking about this for the other triple threat, in spite of Bobby not being around, it was never like, it didn't feel like he was out, I guess.
Yeah,
like I didn't really notice that he was gone.
It didn't feel like a singles match, especially how MVP was also doing it. MVP, again, carrying Raw on his shoulders. He tried to just shout while Drew was, I think he was doing his Claymore kick, distract. Didn't work, but he was definitely just trying to buy time for Bobby. Yeah, this whole bit where Bobby was missing was done so well.
After that, Braun attacks Drew because Drew is spending time looking for Bobby. Throws him down the ramp, then shoulder tackles the absolute soul out of him. Once we're back in the ring, we get a massive bear claw to the chest of McIntyre before a senton onto the Scotsman. We get a right hand to Drew. Drew dodges Strowman and then hits a fucking Michinoku driver. Which, okay, Drew.
First time we've seen him do that.
Yeah, I was fine with it. Braun then simply fucking... Just get my charging cord. Braun then simply just tossed Drew over the ropes. Get a Strowman Express that Drew blocks, hits him with the belly-to-belly overhead suplex. Then it kind of runs at him like as if there were going to be a Claymore attempt, but he gets himself into powerbomb position.
He's done this, I think, once before, and it's always like, how did you end up in this situation?
Yeah. He then is powerbombed, sent right through the table. Braun goes for the running power slam once we're back in the ring, and gets Claymored instead. But it doesn't fucking matter. Because Bobby fucking Lashley is here. And spears the shit out of Braun. And fucking covers him. The only reason that this makes me nervous is because now Drew McIntyre can say, well, you didn't pin me.
But also look at it this way. He's either gone, and Damian Priest could face him now. Or they then go to Hell in a Cell, where Drew lost his title against Randy. I think... Wait, did he lose it or did he get it back at Hell in a Cell? Lost it, okay. Yeah, so this could spell big things for Drew or Bobby at Hell in a Cell. Or we see Damian Priest go for a big title. I at least hope it's Damian Priest because he's out of everyone, he deserves it the most.
Yeah, that's true.
Or, you know what? We see Braun and Drew. Or not Braun and Drew, Braun and Bobby. I would like to see that extended feud. especially since Braun has been like so desperate to kind of get his like a real title shot.
Yeah.
Because other than Damian, Drew, and Braun, who else would there be to go after the title? I can check the rankings right. I don't think Riddle's in the tag scene right now. AJ's in the tag scene. Sheamus has his own title. Yeah, it's pretty much only Damian, Drew, and Braun. Yeah, Merriam and Morgan Smith both suggested Keith Lee, but like last we saw him, he was in the mid card scene, the U.S. title. So I think it's more likely he would show up and face Sheamus. I don't think he would face Bobby, although that would be amazing.
That would be a great fucking match too.
That would be, but you would see no Hurt Lock on that.
But the problem that we're gonna have now is that there's so many good spots for Keith Lee to show up. And if we don't get it, I'm just gonna keep being disappointed. Because I just want Keith Lee back. I hope that all is well, but like,
you know what? I think we'll see him facing Sheamus very soon. Because Sheamus has already faced 3 mid-card guys. He's faced Mansoor, he's faced Umberto, and he's faced Ricochet. And I think tomorrow we could see Keith Lee. I'm willing to put money on that. Because what just happened?
The cat got a little too into licking the sweat off my leg and bit me.
She's like nice and salty. Buddy. Here we go. Time to eat.
Jerk. Oh, sweet. Why would you do that to your mother? The woman who loves you.
But yeah, I would put money on Keith Lee arriving tomorrow, considering that he's not really been out for any real reason since he's been saying how much he misses the fans. So,
I mean, the reason he was out was because he wasn't medically cleared. He got COVID and then wasn't medically cleared, and everyone was like...
And now it's been a long time after that. Because that was Fastlane, right? That he was supposed to be at? Who was there instead of him in that triple threat?
John.
It wasn't Fastlane. Because Bobby lost his title at TLC, wasn't it? No, Royal Rumble. Right? Elimination Chamber. My God, what is wrong with me? Elimination Chamber. Morgan's corrected me. Yes, Elimination Chamber. It was supposed to be Keith, Riddle, and Bobby. Oh no, it was John Morrison, because Ricochet and John Morrison had that match. So Morgan's just said it was Bobby, Riddle, Ricochet, but no, it was Ricochet and John Morrison had a match to see who would get in. So we haven't seen Keith since before Elimination Chamber. So yeah, I think we'll see him tomorrow. I will put money on that.
How much money? $5?
$5. I'll put $5.
I have $5. I can give you $5.
Okay. All right.
I don't think you're right.
Okay, we'll see. Because imagine Sheamus versus Keith Lee at Hell in a Cell. Imagine that. All right. So after that match, we are then brought to Roman, Jay, Uso, and Paul Heyman in Gorilla. Jay's cheering on Roman, and Roman's like, "What are you doing? Why are you talking like this?" Roman says he's sounding a whole lot like his brother. He tells him to go find Jimmy. And then Roman goes out for the main event. Cesaro versus Roman Reigns. And holy shit, this was an amazing match. This is a 5-star match in my opinion.
This is an 8 pages of notes match for me. Size 30 font, let me just be clear again. But still.
Yeah.
I thought the cat nipped at me and then left.
She was embarrassed.
Yeah, that's what she was. But with that said, so the first part of this is just like one very, very long lockup. There's basically after a certain point, big shoulder tackle that flattens Cesaro. He goes for the cover, which Cesaro quickly gets out of, gets a side headlock on, Roman gets a side headlock on Cesaro. There's a shoulder tackle to Roman, multiple covers. Roman's getting pissed. We get a waist lock to Roman that's met with a back elbow to Cesaro, and then a springboard uppercut to Roman. Cesaro slams Roman down for the swing, but Roman grabs the ropes, kicks at Cesaro multiple times to make some space. Get a massive fucking backhand that stuns Cesaro, and then he's thrown into the post. His arm is starting to be worked over. Sorry. Hear that, or was that just me?
I heard nothing.
Okay, so I'm going crazy. But Cesaro's arm's starting to be worked over, and it's starting to hurt him. Roman gets Cesaro back in the ring, gets another side headlock on him, starts stomping him a little bit. Cesaro fights back with a few uppercuts and body shots, which Roman meets with literally one hard uppercut. Knocks Cesaro back a couple feet. Get a big old Superman punch to the head of Cesaro, who still keeps kicking out at one. There's a Samoan drop and a failed Superman punch that goes right into the pop-up uppercut. Then we get uppercuts in like alternating corners to Roman, and then a kick to the face of Roman. He kicks the hamstring of Reigns after Reigns kicks out of a cover. Goes for the sharpshooter. Roman quickly gets to the rope. Cesaro then launches himself from the ring with a spiral crossbody onto Roman. We get back into the ring, and Roman rolls right on out. Cesaro decides to go to ringside too. It's a little shrug, and then does a running European uppercut. He goes up top with a crossbody lateral press to Roman once we're back in the ring. It sort of looks like he wants to go up top again, but Roman stops him, slams him head first into the post. Or rather, Cesaro slams Roman head first into the post. Roman at this point is being dragged by the hair, ends up slugging Cesaro. He holds Cesaro by the arm against the ropes and drop kicks Cesaro into the post. We start focusing back in on that arm of Cesaro, hyperextending it just for funsies, cranking on it. Cesaro headbutts to free himself and uppercuts Roman, who clotheslines the absolute shit out of Cesaro on the rebound. We get a big old boot to the face of Cesaro and the headbutt before Roman goes back to stomping on him. An elbow to the face of Roman and an uppercut before a boot to the face of Roman knocks him back a few paces. A kick to the arm of Cesaro, who then hits the discus lariat onto Roman. They exchange blows for a while before Cesaro unloads on Roman. Goes to the second rope, pulls Roman up, and suplexes him from the apron into the ring. Then he wants the sharpshooter. And when he can't get that, he just stomps the fuck out of Roman. Goes for the neutralizer, can't get it. There's an arm sub on Cesaro after that, which is reversed into a roll-up, causing Roman to break free. Then Cesaro goes for the springboard uppercut right into a Superman punch.
Oh, that was gnarly. That was so
rude.
Brutal.
Roman powers up, and Cesaro stops a spear with an uppercut, and suddenly I think everybody was like, oh my god. Is this gonna happen? He can't get the pop-up uppercut because his arm is fucked up. Roman gets the guillotine in, but Cesaro picks him up and drops him. Then we get a partial sharpshooter before Roman won't let it happen. He starts punching the shit out of Roman, gets the sharpshooter in. We get a yes lock, but Roman breaks free, gets on top of Cesaro. Roman then powerbombs Cesaro, who is still alive somehow. It's right back on top of him. Cesaro then blocks a fucking punch, pushes Roman away, powers free. Roman slings Cesaro, who goes right back on in. Then Roman throws him back into the guillotine, and that's when I said, ooh, boy, this is where it ends. And Cesaro powers the fuck out again and powerbombs Roman, but Roman won't let it go.
That one guillotine alone was enough tension for like an entire episode of SmackDown. Like, my God.
Roman doesn't let go of the guillotine. Cesaro fights as hard as he can, but Cesaro is knocked out. The ref calls the match. Then Jey Uso comes out, and God, it looked like he was about to super kick the shit out of Roman, and he doesn't. Instead, he attacks Cesaro. And then who comes out but Mr. Seth Rollins? And I said, Shield feud?
Except he came out in like a white suit with like blue and orange like splatters going down it. Actually, not the worst suit he's worn.
Remember that trend in like 2011 or 12? Like you would take crayons and like paste them to the top of like a canvas and like blow dry them so that they melted.
Yes.
That's what that looked like to me.
He posted a picture of him in that suit to Instagram and just titled it Drip.
That's annoying, actually, now that I think about it. He comes out and the colors were so similar to the Universal title colors that I thought, of course, this makes sense. Shield feud. And then WWE Creative said, no, Elizabeth, you're fucking dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think like that. It goes in, he attacks Cesaro, and Roman doesn't even stick around for it. So I was like, it's not even like a mini Shield reunion. It's just Seth being Seth.
I will say, from Roman, it's an incredibly disrespectful thing to do to Seth, and I wouldn't be surprised if he said something about it on Friday. But I think we'll probably get Cesaro going for the title again, maybe in 2 weeks, or in 2 SmackDowns, probably. And then Hell in a Cell might be Jimmy versus Roman to mirror Jey versus Roman. That might be why Hell in a Cell was moved up, so that we can get Jimmy Roman I Quit match.
Okay.
Maybe Jey won't help like Jimmy did, or Jey will help. I don't know. After this match, the future of this scene is looking so fucking good. It is looking amazing. And like, this match was a masterclass in wrestling. The wrestling was just, it was perfect. The storytelling was so subtle. Like, you had Cesaro giving the yes lock onto Roman. You had Roman giving like 3 guillotines to Cesaro, and Cesaro just powering out of every single one to show where he stands among the challengers Roman's faced so far. This was so goddamn good. And we both were right in that Roman Reigns retained, but as a tiebreaker, because we were tied at this point, we said that if we were tied, the tiebreaker would be decided by whether or not Daniel Bryan would show up during this pay-per-view. I said that because he's banned from SmackDown, he'll show up at Backlash because it's a very WWE thing to do. And he didn't show up at all. So Liz won that prediction and therefore won the pay-per-view and won the Pinfall Podcast Prediction Championship.
I can do this without knocking everything over.
What is she doing?
Trying not to show off my whole ass because these shorts are not meant for public consumption.
Oh, she's the queen. We need like an actual like belt. If people want
I'm happy with this.
If people want to donate, we can put it towards getting a belt.
Don't donate, please.
Why are you telling me not to
weird.
donate?
Because I feel weird asking for money from people that I consider my pals.
Well, you're all Liz's pals now. And you're my pals, I guess. Miriam said you're now the head of the table.
I am it. Nobody eats unless I'm doing my work. I don't know what Roman would say, but he's a Gemini too, so
you said you're saying nobody eats until I predict so.
Exactly. I think actually, if I'm not mistaken, Roman Reigns is he was born on May 25th. So he's like my almost birthday twin.
Almost. Daniel Bryan, who is now fired, is your birthday twin.
I mean, my one birthday twin is basically fired. My other almost birthday twin is taking time off for mental health. I have Roman.
Yeah.
Not taking Seth or Drew because they're June Geminis and I don't trust that shit.
All right, so we did the punishment. We did the pay-per-view. We did the drinks.
Want to say one more nice thing about me?
I love you.
It's not really about me, but
anyway. You look really nice in that crown. All right, so shall we do the bests of the night from WrestleMania Backlash, further proving that the worst named pay-per-views are the best. Somebody on Reddit mentioned Great Balls of Fire, and I thought it was great.
Okay.
Also, real quick, do we want to compare this to last year's Backlash since we technically did a podcast on that? Even though we kind of weren't conscious.
This is probably the time where I tell you that I was blacked out for the last Backlash, so I have absolutely no clue what happened besides Randy versus Edge.
Well, lucky for you, I'm pulling up the card for Backlash 2020 so that we can compare. And you know what we'll do? We will do it like in order. So like we'll compare the first match with the first match of 2020. Like that'd be a little fun. So let's see what were the matches of 2020. All right, so the pre-show. So the pre-show of this year's Backlash, Sheamus versus Ricochet is up against Apollo Crews versus Andrade for the United States Championship. Obviously, in my opinion, this goes to 2020. Apollo and Andrade was a really good match.
Okay, yeah, that was a good match.
Yeah. And plus, title match over practically a squash match. All right, so first match of this pay-per-view of this year's Asuka versus Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair against Bayley and Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus the Iconics for the Women's Tag Team Championship. I don't remember this match at all. And I think based on how the triple threat went today.
Wait, did the Iconics get the championship?
No. Bayley and Sasha retained. So I think this year's beats that out.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely think so.
All right, so up next, Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio versus the Dirty Dogs is up against Sheamus versus Jeff Hardy. Sheamus versus Jeff Hardy from 2020. I don't think that match was any good. So I think again this year.
Yeah.
The Mysterios versus Dirty Dogs was actually a really good match.
Yeah.
So then we have The Miz versus Damian Priest up against Asuka versus Nia Jax for the Raw Women's Championship, which ended in a double countout.
I remember that.
So I'm definitely saying this year. Even though it was the zombies bullshit, the ending in the double countout was so dumb.
Yeah, I think the only thing that was wrong about the zombie stuff was just that it didn't. Something felt off, and I don't know what it was, but something felt off. Like Damian didn't feel as hard hitting. Miz did not seem like he was there.
The thing that felt off was that it, at the end of the day, it felt like a commercial. That, in my opinion, that was it.
There was more time spent fighting the zombies than there was fighting each other.
Mm-hmm. Now, so which are you saying? Are you saying Damian and The Miz beats out 2020?
Yeah, I'll say that.
Okay. Now, there's one more match in the 2020 pay-per-view than the 2021. So, I'm going to save one specifically for this one. But up next we have Bayley versus Bianca for the SmackDown Women's Championship up against Braun Strowman versus The Miz and John Morrison in a handicap match. I remember this match. This is for the Universal Championship. That was not very good. I'm gonna say.
I don't remember it.
I'm gonna say Bayley and Bianca.
Yeah.
So after that, we have Drew versus Braun versus Bobby for the WWE Championship against Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship. This happened a year ago. Yeah. a year,
funny.
A year, like 11 months, because last year's Backlash happened a year after this year's, or a month after this year's, but so definitely this Backlash over last year's Backlash. Don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, I would go with this year probably.
Because last Backlash had Lana coming in and distracting Bobby, continuing that horrible storyline. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah,
wait.
Lana coming in, Drew suddenly getting the win off Bobby.
Oh, and then Drew had to do that weird tweet where he was like, "I would never sleep with you anyways," and I was like,
"Oh,
taste of sexism," and I don't know why.
It's the Rusev.
Yeah, I know why.
It's the Rusev cuck story. Like almost. All right, so
that was bad.
We're skipping the Street Profits versus the Viking Raiders for the Raw Women's Championship because that was when I had my amazing prediction. Remember that? When I had my amazing prediction of when they were attacked by ninjas.
That was Backlash?
Because on Pro Wrestling Fandom, it says the Street Profits versus the Viking Raiders for the Raw Tag Team Championship did not start, which was definitely because of the ninjas.
Oh, yeah.
And that was like the first time we did the predictions, which is why we got fucking hammered. And then lastly, Cesaro versus Roman Reigns up against Randy Orton versus Edge.
That was a good match.
Was a good match.
Really was it better? It would be a tie for me, honestly. The only thing that like takes Edge and Randy down a bit for me is that Edge like fucking tore his tricep off the bone.
You see, from that doesn't take it away from me. What takes it away from me is the fact that they were marketing it as the best match ever, which everyone was complaining about that from the start. But I think that match really did so much for pandemic era WWE that I think I have to go with Randy versus Edge. I think I have to.
I can't choose.
Really?
Yeah.
So, well, regardless, either way, I think this year's Backlash beat out last year's. 100%. Do you disagree?
No.
Okay. Then, without further ado, let's get to the best of the night. So let's start off with promo of the night, which oh my god. This was a little weird. So we start off in the kickoff. We have Dominic confronted by Dolphin Rude, and he's beat up by the two. Also, I'm going to have to go pee after promo of the night.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. After that, we have Bobby Lashley and MVP backstage where nothing's said. We have The Miz and Morrison backstage where Morrison says he's going to figure everything out. This was kind of dumb. Ray and Dom in medical. This was interesting because it gave us a little like, ooh, who's Ray going to bring out for his tag team match? You know? After that, we had John Morrison seeing the zombies. That was fine, I guess. After that, we had Jimmy and Jay and Roman Sweet. Jimmy basically just railing into Ray. That was really good. Jimmy just going all out. And also, Jimmy had the streak in his hair like how Seth had when he was in the Shield.
I don't know if that's the thing, but like I do love that nice like chestnut brown color in his hair right now. I'm like,
somebody, I think it was on Twitter or on Reddit, said that Roman's going to be betrayed by someone with a streak in his hair once again.
That'd be so good. Oh my god.
Yeah, that'd be so good. But yeah, this promo is great because Jimmy can fucking really deliver a promo. And we had John Morrison and The Miz, which was whatever. Then we had Jay and Jimmy once again backstage. Jimmy once again railing into Jay, but I think is worse than the last one. Then we had MVP's interview. Again, reiterating why this match matters. Then we had Drew backstage. That was weird because he was staring at nothing. Then we had Roman, Jay, Paul, and Gorilla. That was kind of weird because Roman was just like, "Why are you cheering for me?" It was just strange. So I think I'm gonna say Jimmy railing into Jay in Roman Suite. And then
I'll take it. There weren't any really like strong promos, so
it was more promos than normal for pay-per-view. Actually was. Weird.
Yeah, that's fair. I just felt like it didn't feel quite as much as they were like running from like match to match to match, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Like it was for WrestleMania. But I need to go run to the bathroom real quick. Liz, in the meantime, we'll stall by time. So I'll be super quick.
We'll open up the chat just in case like anybody talks. I can't see the chat, so if anybody talks, then I'm not gonna know. Hi. I never know what to do in these moments. That's why it's always so weird for me when I've got to do the podcast alone, because I'm just like, hey. Um, I hope everybody's having a good Sunday. I hope everybody's Monday is good. You know, that's basically right now. Kind of sad that I'm missing SmackDown though. I've never missed a podcast before. Actually, yes, let's talk about NXT real quick. I really hope that like because I will be openly celebrating my birthday consistently through the episode of NXT, that like I get some Dexter Lumis content, that I get some Timothy Thatcher content, that I get some Tyler Russ content, which I know I won't get, but you know, a girl can dream. Girl can dream. Also, shout out to Miriam for giving me so much Tyler Russ content to just satiate myself because I guess we might never get him again. Try not to be cynical about it though, because I know that NXT is very good about not wasting their wrestlers. I say with white knuckle fists. God only knows. There's just so much that like NXT is leaving me like to be desired at this point because like I wanted my Timperium. I never got Timperium. We might get like some Imperium like drama though, which I know a lot of people are like, oh, I think Imperium's gonna break up. I don't think they're gonna break up. I think that Alexander Wolf's gonna get his ass kicked. I'm not gonna be that sad. I mean, I like Alex Wolf, but like, he's not my favorite. Also, the cat is back, so I hope that we can be friends again. Isn't that right? You be my friend?
I really wish you had the chat open because Marion said, "Oh, you did? Okay." Because I heard you say, "I don't have the chat open, so I have nothing to talk about."
I opened up the chat.
Okay.
Talk about NXT for a moment.
Oh, good. All right, so wrestlers of the night. You want to talk about that?
I suppose.
All right, so we started off with Sheamus versus Ricochet. I'm gonna go with Ricochet just because he's a very fun wrestler to watch. Sheamus is really good too, but I think Ricochet kind of he in this match he kind of won out. I don't know. It was a very short match, so it's hard to say. And then we had Rhea Ripley versus Asuka versus Charlotte Flair. I am giving that match to Rhea Ripley. She was fucking awesome. We finally saw some really good wrestling from her on the main roster. She found her footing, she found her chemistry, and she looked great while doing it because she delivered great moves while showing off that character work that she really gave off on NXT. It's fantastic. Then we had Ray and Dom versus the Dirty Dogs. I'm going with Ray. Ray killed it in the first 3 quarters of this match. Really put up a good fight against in a 1-on-2 match. Great stuff. Then we had Damian Priest versus The Miz. And if I could pick, if I could pick John Morrison, I probably would. I guess I'll go with Damian Priest. I don't know. I kind of want to go with The Miz, actually. The Miz kind of looked the best out of the two of them. Damian was kind of not really in it. I don't know. This match was also lame. So, it doesn't matter at the end of the day who I pick for this match. After that match, we had Bayley versus Bianca Belair. I'm going to go with Bayley, to be honest.
Okay.
Bayley showed off more character work. Bianca, it felt like she wasn't fully in the match. Mentally. I don't know. It felt weird from Bianca. It didn't feel like she gave her all in it like she did at WrestleMania. Then we had Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley versus Braun Strowman. I'm going with Drew. In all honesty, Drew gave us more in this match than he has in a long time. The Michinoku driver was awesome. Giving the zigzag for the first time was great. Working alongside Bobby was also more character work than we expected from him in this match. Out of everyone, Drew really put in the most work here. Saved Braun's life. Also, really fantastic stuff from him. And then lastly, Cesaro versus Roman Reigns. I have to go with Cesaro. He sold the shit out of his arm being like mangled. He put up a very strong and believable fight against Roman. Cesaro looked like a fucking star. Like, this man does not look like 2 years ago he was wrestling in jobber matches. Like, yeah, 2 years ago he was on Main Event. Yeah. They really neglected Cesaro probably till like 2020. But
I'm upset because, we've gotten Tamina getting her title. We got Ray and Dom getting their title. I was kind of hoping that we would get one more, it's been a really long time and you deserve this moment.
Yeah, but also you gotta think, before this match, we had only one heel win in the main event. We had Bobby Lashley win, and everyone else that won were faces. So it was just destined for Roman to win. Plus, they got to build up to Roman versus The Rock at WrestleMania. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Cesaro fucking killed it. He was amazing. Just the performance he gave was incredible. He doesn't have a ton of character in and of himself, but he showed so much heart, so much passion, so much drive in this one match alone. I gotta give him Wrestler of the Night.
I can't disagree with you. I mean, he powered out of that fucking guillotine, and I said, "That's a man. That's a whole ass man right there." Twice, I know.
2 guillotines, and then the how he sold his arm. Fantastic. Cesaro is. There's a reason we have picked Cesaro for Wrestler of the Night the most out of anyone else.
I don't know if I can show this. I want to. Just want to.
Oh, you're destroying things.
There
I see a there she is.
Look at her.
She's disgusting. Put that away.
I knocked over a bottle of nail polish. That was the clinking you heard. I've been meaning to do that since we started the podcast, but every time I think about doing it, I'm like, A, again, these shorts are not for public consumption, and B, just so much in the way, and I finally had like an opening, and I was like,
Morgan's missed cat. Morgan's missed cat of the night.
She is the cat of the night. She's a little queen. She did, however, have a nightmare during the wrestling, and it was very sad because she started crying.
Yeah, she started.
I've never heard this cat cry before.
In the middle of Backlash, she started whimpering. It was so sad.
It was. My insides were like, I'll fight whatever the fuck is in there. I don't know what it is, but I'll take it down.
All right, so match of the night. We start out with the Sheamus versus Ricochet in practically a squash match. This was like hardly enough to talk about. After that, we had Rhea Ripley versus Asuka versus Charlotte Flair. Fantastic triple threat. Amazing triple threat. Like, probably the best usage of a triple threat in a long, long time. Really well done. Great win from Rhea. My only gripe with this match is the finish. Like, Charlotte just knocked away Asuka for Rhea to pin her. What happened to Charlotte? Why couldn't she go in for the pin? You know? Like, was she knocked back as well? I don't know. After that, we had Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio versus the Dirty Dogs. Great tag match. Great handicap match to start off. although Dolph looked weak, Robert Roode looked strong as hell. Ray looked like a legend, and Dom looked like enough to finish the job. It was great storytelling. It was really well done. I enjoyed the match. After that, we had Damian Priest versus The Miz. Could have been good. Could have been if they went down the route of Damian and The Miz kind of joining forces against the Zombies. But at the end of the day, this is just an extended advertisement. And the finish with Damian shooting the arrow and the Army of Dead logo showing up, that was the shit tasting frosting at the end of the day. It sucked.
And like, I don't know. I don't know what it is exactly, but there was just something about it that like neither person really felt there.
Nobody wanted a zombie lumberjack match, and nobody wants to see a zombie lumberjack match ever again.
In a lumberjack match, like done well, Biggie.
Yeah, you know what? In all honesty, I don't even think that was a well done lumberjack match.
I like a lumberjack match. I'm not gonna sit here and listen to that. Sorry, sir.
I think
the lumberjack slander.
It's hard for the lumberjacks or lumberjills to like not look cheesy. It's so hard. I've never seen a well done lumberjack match from like the lumberjacks perspective. I don't know. Like if someone could point out a good lumberjack match where the lumberjacks haven't looked cheesy or corny. After that we had Bayley versus Bianca. I don't know. I feel like having Sasha and Bianca so close to this, it's hard to not draw comparisons. But Bayley looked great. Bayley really showing off her character work was very well done. Because if anyone is amazing at her character work, it's her. She really puts all that effort in. But the match itself, it was good. It was a really good match, but there wasn't that spark. No spark there. Next we have Drew McIntyre versus Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley. Fantastic match. Again, this was great for the exact opposite reason. The women's triple threat was great. The spots at the top of the ramp were great. Drew was fantastic. Braun did a lot better than I thought he would. And then Bobby just killed it, getting the finish and surviving the match was fantastic. Then lastly, we had Cesaro versus Roman Reigns. Masterclass. This was perfect. This was Roman getting a clean win. No J. Nothing to make the win cheap in any way. He got a clean win on Cesaro. Cesaro fucking just gave the performance of his life. And Roman, again, gave the performance of his life. This match was perfect. I will say this match was perfect. And so, this is my match of the night. Yeah.
Yeah. Broke out of that fucking guillotine the first time, and I said, well, game over.
Yeah. And that failed neutralizer too because of the fucked up arm. Cesaro giving attention to that messed up arm is what made this match so amazing.
Yeah.
And then that yes lock onto Roman. Great storytelling.
That's when I thought Daniel was gonna like end up coming out at the end, because I was like, if he had come out, I would have been so mad.
But if he didn't come out for this match, I have a feeling he won't come out for WWE anymore. Yeah, if there was any time for him to come in, it would have been this match, because it's like he appears.
You're over.
Well, he appears at Raw or NXT. It's like, where were you during Cesaro's match?
No, you're overlooking the most important thing here, which is that the WWE already has his return planned. It's for SummerSlam, and this is what I was telling you over and over, is that you were making the wrong prediction, because they've been talking about this multiple times, that he's going to come back at SummerSlam. He's taking some time off.
I would like to believe for once that WWE can keep things under wrap.
I hate to break it to you, buddy.
NXT can. But yeah, the Cesaro Roman match of the night. To run it back, promo of the night. What did we say was promo of the night? Oh, Jay and Jimmy and Roman Sweet was promo of the night. Wrestler of the night, Cesaro. Match of the night, Roman Reigns versus Cesaro. Now, if anyone has any questions, we'll open up a Q&A portion of the podcast. I don't think we have any questions from the YouTube. Let me refresh so we can see if we have any questions. Does not look like it. But if anyone has any questions in the chat, throw them out there. They can be about anything, wrestling, not wrestling, whatever. Especially since we have all had a bunch to drink, so we are open to any questions.
I have not had a bunch to drink.
Did you finish your seltzers yet?
That's only because I won. Actually, I'm about to finish.
Oh, that's your first one.
Oh, there's a drop in that, and
Did
now it's on my keyboard.
you drop that on your laptop?
These are both empty.
Normally you would pee. Normally, like you have a small bladder. I'm surprised.
I mean, yes. But also, that's why I peed right before this. I do have to pee now, but it's not bad enough that I would have to leave.
We have a couple questions. First one's from Morgan's Mist. In kayfabe, how did Rey Mysterio get his eye back? Can I say mine first?
Yeah.
He stole Bo Dallas's.
I was going to say that the WWE has top of the line doctors, and they, for no charge, gave Ray back a bionic eye. It is just so incredible. Bionic eye, but it's just so incredible that you can't tell.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, they did say, well, we've got to Ray's back there now, and hopefully he can get like some sort of surgery to repair the cornea or some shit like that. And I was like,
oh yeah.
I'm not a doctor, so I can't really judge this, but it sounds fake.
Remember when he used to wear the eye patch over his mask?
I love kayfabe for this reason and this reason alone.
Miriam also asked me what I'm getting you for your birthday.
Miriam, I know the answer to that. Mark hasn't gotten me my gift yet.
Well, I've also already paid for $60 worth of clothes for you. And earrings. So, that's something. And I will be getting something else for you for your birthday, but I'm not going to tell you right now. I have a week, okay? I can get you something. I got my mom a cameo the day before Mother's Day. I can get you something.
If it's not material, Marcus, I don't want it.
I am the king of gift giving. Our friend Sage gave that title to me.
I like to think that I am the best gift giver in this apartment, though.
I am willing to disagree with you.
Really?
Yeah.
I have, like, to a fault, a no price is the limit mentality.
Yeah, but the whole thing, like, you have a no price limit, but you give gifts to people so that you feel better at the end of the day.
That is not true. I just like giving people things. I like to, because the thing I'll do is I'll say, oh, well, you know, I mean, I like gift giving because, like, I like how it makes me feel. Like I like that it's fulfilling in a sense. I also love the little smiles on your faces when you open what's under the Christmas tree. Okay?
But again, you have that no price limit so that you can give whatever you want to somebody. I make the most out of a low price limit. Like $20, I can get you something amazing, something tailored specifically to you.
So we'll see you at my birthday. If everybody wants to know, Elizabeth did get Marcus that in that lovely little Secret Labs chair that he's sitting in and those lovely little headphones that he's wearing today.
And I got you a metallic rose. Was it for Christmas?
A rose that will never die.
Yeah. Because
and actually Mark also Mark also got me or let me pick out a plant for Valentine's Day, which I like because I haven't killed it yet. But I also haven't watered it in a really long time.
And it's what is it? A succulent? Is that a succulent or is it something different?
It's a succulent.
Yeah.
It hasn't died yet because it's succulent. Apparently, if like you're really shitty at taking care of plants, you can take care of a succulent. Not Elizabeth. No, Elizabeth's killed many succulents before.
That's exactly why I got you the metal rose. The gold, was it the gold dipped rose?
Also because you know how hard it is for me to throw out flowers.
Yeah, that's why I got you something that will never die. We also have another, when Morgan said, I suck at gift giving, could you spare some talent?
I have a lot of tips for gift giving.
Okay, you want to give one tip.
My best tip for gift giving, if you can, is start early. And like, for example, like I've started looking for Christmas gifts for Mark because I know there'll be times where Mark will say like, oh, like it'd be nice to have X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, okay. And then I know I'll forget it in the future. So I keep starting to I'll start to look for that early. I always try to listen because I hate asking people what they want for their gifts, because if you ask them what they want, they're like, oh, I don't know. It's well, okay, fuck off.
I'm gonna give the opposite advice. Start late so that you have that rush that will jolt your mind and be like, okay, I gotta get something perfect for this person. That's why I got such a great gift for my mom, which she loved. Miriam also asked, what's the worst birthday gift you've ever gotten?
Real quick, Morgan's missed. I just wanted to say that my stepdad will buy Christmas gifts year round. And he always gives really good gifts, but he will have he has them stored away in closets, and then sometimes he forgets where they are by the time Christmas comes. But every time my mom's always like, oh my God, thank you. And it's like, he's had that since June. And then sometimes you're like, oh shit, somebody's birthday's coming up. And then you realize, well, I got this gift for them for Christmas, but I can just give it to them now. Perfect. What's the worst birthday gift you've ever gotten?
I have no
clue. If you say the chair, I'll probably kick your ass in person.
Liz, I sit in this on a daily basis, and this is better for my back than any other chair that I've had.
Oh my God. If it weren't such a gamer video or a gamer chair, I would absolutely get one for myself.
The only reason I don't think of it that way is Sean Ross Sapp sits in a gamer chair too, and he's like us.
I just feel for my meetings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean,
anyways,
there's the I forget the name of the company, but they make gamer chairs that don't look like gamer chairs. They look like normal office chairs.
Oh.
Like a famous office chair company. I can't remember the name of. We did I did a job with them not too long ago, but I can't remember the name.
What is the worst birthday gift you've ever gotten?
Can't remember. I'm not good at. This might sound awful, but I'm not good at remembering birthday gifts. Mostly because most of the birthday gifts that I get are so ingrained in my daily life that I just forget where I got them from. But I mean, trying to just look around for stuff that like is around here that I've just used as a paperweight at this point.
I think the worst ones I've ever gotten was like I got I luckily coming from a family that gets me a lot of really good gifts, but like the two worst gifts I've ever gotten, and for like the after effects, was one, I got a Claire's gift card that I never used, just held on to because I didn't go to the mall.
Mm-hmm.
Also, so anybody who knows me knows I'm a really big Derek Jeter fan. And by that I mean a big Yankees fan. I've been watching the Yankees since I was 5, I think, like since like kindergarten. And so every year I would get like every gift that I would get was Derek Jeter related. Because I was obsessed. Like I had the biggest crush on him. And I will never forget the time that he said you should always be the first one on the field and the last one off. And I always try to make a point of that in softball. And everyone was like, Elizabeth, why are you taking so long to get off the field? I got for my birthday one year. I don't know if anyone remembers what a fat head is. But they're like these big ass wall stickers. And to this day, on my bedroom wall, I have a Derek Jeter fathead sticker just pasted on it. I could never, ever, ever take it down because if I did, my mother would like have a fit and she'd be like, "Oh, you don't appreciate that, do you?" And I was like, "And still." He's retired and it's been like years.
Mm-hmm.
So that has been like the curse that has lived in my room forever. And thank God he has never done anything too horrible because then I'd be stuck with it.
There was one gift I received when I was a kid. Like some kid that came to my birthday party. I don't remember who gave me this gift, but I think it was like for my 10th birthday party. I got a CD player. And you would think, oh, that's such a cool gift. But not only did I not listen to CDs, but the CD player didn't work. It was like some $5 thing that somebody bought from a store, and it did not work whatsoever. It was broken as shit.
You just thought of something. So I was really young. By really young, I was probably like 10, somewhere in that area. I'm really sentimental about gifts. Like I won't throw anything out as far as like a gift is related. And so my dad got me this thing. It was like it had like a little plastic base and like it was like a little dome. It had like this little creature inside. And, like it was animatronic. There was something about it that was like really fucked and like kind of wonky. And when you press like the on button, it didn't respond to any of like the little other buttons that like were like kind of like commands. And it got to the point where like we couldn't turn it off. And like when you turn it off, it wouldn't turn off. So my mom was like, we have to take the batteries out. This was after like my birthday party. And my dad like had already left and all that stuff. And I cried so hard because I felt so bad that my dad got me a gift that didn't work.
Oh.
I broke down crying because of it. So like to this day, that is still one of the worst gifts I've ever gotten because it made me feel so bad.
Oh, that's sad.
I'm very sentimental about that shit. Like one time my dad got upset with me because I was upset that I didn't get a keyboard for Christmas.
Keyboard?
I really was into like, I wanted to learn how to play the piano, but like a keyboard is obviously much cheaper than a baby grand piano.
For some reason, the only keyboards that came to mind were like either a computer keyboard or a keytar.
Oh. I wanted a specific keyboard, and I was upset that I didn't get it because I kind of thought I would. Because my dad's always been very good about like if I pressure him enough, he would get me whatever I wanted, which doesn't sound good coming from somebody wearing a tiara.
Mm-hmm.
But like I was very much a daddy's girl, and I didn't get it, and he accused me of not like being appreciative of my gifts. And I cried because I was like, I do like them.
My God.
But so I've got a question for you though, real quick.
Yeah.
What's the best birthday gift you've ever gotten?
See, I always get birthday gifts and Christmas gifts confused.
Well, your birthday is close enough to Christmas.
It's just like a gift is a gift, so I'm not sure like what I got on Christmas and what I got on my birthday. Let's see, birthday. What have been some standout birthday gifts? I'm trying to think of what you got me. Because this chair, that was Christmas, right? This chair was a Christmas.
That was your
gift.
birthday.
Oh, birthday? See? Get it confused all the time.
Headphones are Christmas.
Headphones are Christmas. Right. Like the best birthday gifts that I've gotten would be something that I use to this day. Which definitely, like the chair is really up there. I think I have to say I'm sorry this chair was great, but my new MacBook, which my mom helped pay for my birthday, which she initially said that I would have to pay her back for it, but she said as a birthday gift, I won't have to pay her back for it. Which, like,
Fair.
was a $2,000, $3,000 laptop. So yeah, and considering that has helped me do so much work, yeah, I have to go with that MacBook. What about you? What's been your best birthday gift? And then we'll end the podcast.
I think the best birthday gift I've ever gotten was my grandma gave me. It was originally on my desk, and now I'm not gonna bother grabbing it because I'll drop it, or I'll drop everything around it. But my grandma gave me this cute little heart-shaped music box, and it was the year that I got my ears pierced, which I think was around when I was 16.
Yeah.
And she gave me with that little heart music box that plays like some, I don't know, some like one of those like really like classic like wedding songs, like a cute little love song.
Nickelback, right?
Exactly. It was Rockstar by Nickelback. But she gave me the music box and she gave me her first pair of earrings because I just got my ears pierced.
Mm-hmm.
And they were these little strawberry blossoms with like tiny little and they were like clay, I think. Or like some sort of like clay or polymer. And like there's a little strawberry hanging off of them. And I don't wear them very often, but I'll wear them tomorrow night. I can fix one of them because the back fell off. They were her first earrings. So she gave them to me and I was like, you feel really nice. It's like, I don't know. It's like we don't have, my family doesn't have like a ton of like things that pass down from generation to generation.
Yeah.
Never been our thing.
It's very sentimental.
Yeah, it was a very like, and again, I'm a very sentimental gift person. I like to get that. I was like, thanks. Yeah.
I also want to throw in for my best birthday gifts. My parents make a tradition every year now of getting me tickets to New York Comic Con every year. And now they've looped you into it too. In addition to my tickets, they get you your tickets. We go
and
together.
What's cool that we didn't realize because last time we went to Comic Con was before we were watching wrestling. There's a lot of wrestling shit that happens at Comic Con too. So when we can finally go again.
Yeah. We can stand in line for hours for Ric Flair's autograph.
Literally, John Moxley was supposed to be at last year's. We'll wait a day and a week. If it means I just get to listen to his chilled out fucking voice.
Yeah, and pay $100 for a photo shoot.
Please, sure. I don't give a shit.
All right, Liz, would you like to close out the podcast? Backlash.
If you joined us tonight, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. It's always a total fucking pleasure to have everybody with us, enjoying our commentary as much as we enjoy it. And if you're joining us in the future, also thank you. Still means a lot. Trying to suppress a hiccup while I talk. Please join us tomorrow because, god damn it, we're going to be fucking watching Raw. It just doesn't stop. So I guess join us for that. It will be we'll make it a good time. Raw itself might not be a good time, but we watch Raw so you don't have to.
Sure.
Tune in. But yeah, please tune in to that, and then tune in the next day to our NXT podcast, aka the Celebrating the Head of the Table podcast, aka the Liz has her birthday that weekend and won't be around for SmackDown podcast.
It'll be just me destroying the entire show.
Oh god, please stop.
I hope everyone will tune in for that mess. I'm
so
going
stressed.
to get fucking nasty.
Please tune in and then text me when he gets too nasty.
Yeah, we're gonna be canceled.
I don't want that.
It
would be the worst birthday gift. You would take the spot of the worst birthday gift, Mark.
I'm gonna get into a fist fight with Sean Ross Sapp on air.
He's a lovely man.
He is, which is why it would be awful.
Actually,
if I
to
get
be
into a
fair,
fist fight.
if you got Sean Ross Sapp's attention with our podcast, maybe I wouldn't be mad.
Someone at Sean Ross Sapp and tell him to get in a fist fight with me before the podcast is Friday.
Don't do that.
Everyone just at Sean Ross Sapp. Alright. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Like, follow, subscribe, all that stuff, all that jazz. If you subscribe, you'll be able to see the podcast as soon as it's done. As soon as this podcast is over, you'll be able to watch it. Watch it back. You won't need to wait for me to upload it, which tomorrow you might need to wait for a while for me to upload it because, I mean, this is a almost 3-hour long podcast. Probably need to wait for me to upload it. But our YouTube is the Pinfall Podcast. You can see all of our past stuff there. Our Twitter is at Pinfall Podcast, as you can see down below. I know Roman Reigns' elbow is covering it a little bit, but at Pinfall Podcast. I am at the Mark Cameron on Twitter. Liz is at ElizaElane23. And please tune in tomorrow for Monday Night Raw. Yep, it's unfortunate, but that's how it's going to happen. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night.